Curiosity. It seems simplistic and arbitrary to attribute the driving force of evolution solely to natural selection and the passive acceptance of an organism. Life is constantly in motion, and at its core, this motion is fueled by exploration. Intuition and evidence suggest that curiosity is a core attribute, enabling biota and individuals to survive and evolve. This applies not only to humans but also to other organisms, including animals and plants, each with its own distinct approach to exploring the world. The proactive pursuit, perception, and recognition of novel stimuli and surroundings driven by curiosity expands the geographic range and resource availability of individual organisms, bolstering their adaptive capabilities to cope with environmental changes. This is also applicable to populations, where the pursuit and fulfillment of curiosity significantly enhances the security of the population. Consequently, this results in ongoing genetic modification and improvement, providing greater adaptability to the offspring. Curiosity necessitates an organism's connection to both its internal and external environment. Therefore, how does information impact the activation and fulfillment of curiosity during this connection process? Ubiquitous curiosity. Curiosity refers to the inclination to seek out and explore new information. The significance of curiosity for fostering creativity, innovation, invention, and other related aspects has been widely acknowledged for humans. The majority of scholars who have researched creativity, including creative thinking, techniques, personality traits of creators, etc., have recognized curiosity as a crucial driver of creativity. In addition, these scholars note that related traits, such as an affinity for complexity and a tolerance for chaos, are essential personality traits and qualities among highly creative individuals. In the article Curiosity in Monkeys, the author confirmed the existence of cognitive curiosity in animals through a study involving monkeys. The author placed a monkey in a small enclosed room with two windows on the wall, painted yellow and blue. Upon opening the blue window, the monkey could observe human activity in the laboratory. After the window was opened, the monkey could view it for a maximum of 30 seconds. The monkey promptly learned to differentiate between the blue and other windows, and consistently opened the blue window for an extended period. When the window was opened to observe the toy or human activity, the monkey learned to distinguish the windows more swiftly, and its response to open the window persisted for longer. Throughout the experiment, the monkeys developed their connection to the laboratory upon their initial visual perception through the window. This may signal the start of a learning pattern after arousing curiosity. Curiosity was boosted by a more intricate and informative perception of the laboratory through the window. Upon receiving more dynamic information from the lab, the desire to absorb and comprehend it became stronger, further fueling curiosity. Upon closing the information reception window, the researchers observed the monkey constructing a suitable curiosity-based learning model and eventually opening the blue window with positive feedback and imitation exercises. Opening the window serves as a form of satisfying curiosity. According to Daniel Berlin, humans exhibit cognitive curiosity from infancy. Berlin demonstrated that infants between 3 and 9 months old prefer to look at complex rather than simple black and white shapes for extended durations. Berlin's findings suggest that the behavioral tendencies of infants align with those of monkeys and serve as a functional model of curiosity. Berlin proposed that individuals require processing information from diverse sources to achieve an optimal level of information processing. This optimal level is based on the formed cognition. When the information amount falls below the optimal level, an individual looks for new information to alter and restructure it in their cognitive structure. The information gap theory was also propounded by George Lowenstein. Curiosity is evoked by cognitive structure needs or information gaps, so the actual cognition must be stored somewhere in the organism. The storage of information is exclusive only to the brain. Curiosity is typically studied in the field of psychology as the psychological tendency of individuals to notice, manipulate, and inquire when encountering novelty or a new environment. Given that curiosity is based on the brain, can plants be curious? Although animals usually perceive information through their receptors, e.g., sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing, plants do not appear to. Nonetheless, scientists have revealed that plants are capable of perceiving the world and communicating information far beyond our comprehension. Research has shown that certain plants are able to recognize changes in day length, while others can remember the experiences of their parent plants. Some plants use their colors and scents to spread pollen or as a defense mechanism against predators, while others can distinguish between shades of red light to optimize their growth. Certain plants can measure the ratio of two different shades of red light to determine if they are receiving enough light and if they need to grow taller. In contrast to the human eye, which has only 3 photoreceptors for light detection, plants have 15 that can perceive light levels ranging from ultraviolet to infrared with remarkable accuracy. As plants can utilize unconventional receptors to interact with their surroundings and acquire information, there must be a biological foundation for their curiosity. Where is this information precisely stored within the plants? The memory of plants can only occur in the brawn of plants, i.e., in the roots. Plants exhibit some cognitive abilities. When agricultural land undergoes several rounds of exclusionary and nutrient-robbing development, it can face retaliation from unrelated plants, including weeds that are incompatible with it. This retaliation, in turn, reduces the survival and growth of planted crops. Overexploited areas usually have immature and unstable flora, and they lack chemical signals from other plants. Thus, it can be concluded that weeds have built a strong and aggressive chemical defense system based on their developed memory. Is there a biological basis for curiosity in microbes? A research team at UCLA studying Pseudomonas aeruginosa discovered that bacteria without a central nervous system or neurons possess a memory that transfers sensory information from one cell generation to the next. This indicates that the sensory and memory functions of organisms can be expanded to single-celled organisms. Considering that the common ancestor of all organisms was a single-celled organism, the development of curiosity might have started when this ancestor concluded its curiosity-related construction. Organisms have been continuously exploring the unknown and adapting to changes in environmental information, leading to the formation of a rich and diverse biological world. Curiosity is fundamental to the biological world, and it must be present in other aspects of its biological basis. During the evolution of life, to exhibit curious states, chemical components such as dopamine-like stimulation and positive feedback are necessary, which result in behaviors like creating information gaps, questioning, or showing special attention. Without this biological and physiological response, it is impossible to know whether an individual's curiosity is aroused at any given moment. If an organism ignores an object or event, it could be because it was never curious or uninterested in it, or its curiosity could be satiated. Without dopamine secretion in response, it is impossible to determine which possibility it is. Kanzi, an intelligent chimpanzee, has acquired basic communication abilities with humans. However, if Kanzi does not display any interest or curiosity about why the humans are present around her, we may infer that she has no curiosity at all. However, this assumption may be incorrect since it is possible that there is no cognitive basis for the perception of a thing's surroundings, which means that the lack of information gaps does not necessarily indicate a lack of curiosity regarding other information aspects. If that is the case, isn't it worth considering extracting the study of curiosity from psychology and examining it again from the perspective of biology or evolutionary biology? The evolution of curiosity. Curiosity appears to be an innate quality of life and has become one of its fundamental characteristics. Similar to electromagnetic radiation, All objects, including living organisms, emit and transmit information to the external environment as long as their temperature is above absolute zero. Furthermore, objects also receive various types of information from the external environment. Nevertheless, there exists a significant difference in the manifestation of curiosity between single-celled organisms and human beings. How has it evolved? What is its operational nature? According to Berlin, when simple geometric figures were presented in front of the subjects, they hardly looked at them, preferring to observe the more complex figures. Similarly, if the style was highly complex, they did not spend much time observing it either. This experiment exemplifies a paradoxical feature of curiosity. It can be generated by understanding and stimulated by the unknown. This feature suggests that curiosity has two switches, one for understanding and the other for the unknown, similar to the genetic regulatory molecules in proteins that affect the development of traits. The switch that controls curiosity is not exclusive to humans. It likely regulates curiosity in all organisms. Was curiosity the driving force when domesticated animals broke the safe distance, as mentioned earlier? It appears that humans did not domesticate animals by chance. Geographical and documentary analysis suggests that, although domesticated animals appeared in various locations and the earliest evidence of domestication is uncertain, some animals were domesticated independently. This might suggest that domesticated animals possess a higher average level of curiosity than non-domesticated animals that do not proactively self-domesticate, excluding domesticated animals that humans have abandoned for economic or other purposes. Comparing the curiosity of different animals through observation and experimentation is challenging. Previous observations suggest that animals with developed brains or a higher number of neurons, such as primates, birds, horses, and dogs, tend to domesticate themselves more readily. Such animals tend to be more closely associated with humans and curious about human behavior, and thus are more likely to integrate with humans. Domestic cats appear to be relatively exceptional among domesticated animals. Although humans and domestic cats have coexisted for around 9,000 years, domestic cats are still the only animal considered semi-domesticated. Domestic cats are animals that are kept as pets but still exhibit some characteristics of their wild ancestors. Just like their wild counterparts, domestic cats have the natural instinct to hunt alone and may go out at night to catch small prey such as mice and birds. Compared to other domesticated animals, domestic cats have smaller brains. Despite being domesticated, cats maintain a level of independence in their relationship with humans. This can be observed in domestic cats' curiosity towards daily objects such as bicycle tires, plastic bags, and computer keyboards, illustrating how they often prefer those to human interaction. Viewing domestic cat behaviors as self-training for hunting, it may be concluded that they are not overly curious. If domestic cats lacked a slight curiosity towards humans, they would not have become semi-domesticated. It is possible that a low level of curiosity encourages domestic cats to develop an understanding of human calls and a tolerance for communal living in their long-term symbiotic relationship with humans. Evolutionary processes involve exploring opportunities through risk-taking in order to gain space for survival, find better living environments, and evolve more advantageous survival skills. The role of adventure in the evolutionary process of organisms is closely linked to curiosity, which allows them to experience the exciting peaks and valleys of the evolutionary journey. What causes human beings to exhibit curiosity? Humans, the most widespread animal species on Earth, have been constantly migrating and exploring new frontiers since ancient times. From Central Africa to Mesopotamia, and then from Mesopotamia to Europe and South Asia, Northeast Asia, Southeast Asia, Australia, and even across the cold ice of the Bering Strait to the American continent, humans must have experienced numerous failures along the way. However, the curious and adventurous spirit of humans remains unquenched. It is impossible for humans to risk such a large-scale migration simply because of hunger or to avoid threats. The motivation and perseverance must be related to solid curiosity. Out of all the species on Earth, humans possess the most robust and enduring curiosity. However, there are individuals in human society who lack curiosity, are set in their ways, and easily satisfied. Are the differences in human curiosity innate or acquired? Do they relate to genetic manifestations of personality, or are they simply due to differences in upbringing and lifestyle habits, like variations in appetite size? Curiosity in infants is crucial in addressing this question. Currently, there is no clear consensus or research on infant curiosity, making it difficult to accurately measure differences in curiosity among infants. However, it is evident that infants exhibit varying levels of curiosity and attentiveness towards different types of information. Infants exhibit varying degrees of curiosity towards new environments, object shape and movement, and language. This suggests a genetic influence on the direction of their curiosity. Studies reveal that infants' curiosity strength is linked to educational interactions, timely feedback, and essential educational methods during development. In their study of curiosity, psychologists Teodora Gliga and Katerina Bigas discovered that curiosity operates as a positive feedback system. The extent of children's curiosity depends on how parents respond to questions posed by their infants using finger-pointing gestures before they can speak during infancy. If parents respond promptly and positively to infants' finger-pointing, it can strengthen the foundation of their curiosity development. Are curiosity and risk-taking genetically determined among animals other than humans? Researchers at the University of Illinois, USA, discovered that when a honeybee colony needs a new hive, a small percentage of its population, up to 5%, will exhibit risk-taking behavior by volunteering as hive scouts. These bees, known as hive scouts, demonstrate a willingness to fly further distances than other bees when searching for a new hive. Despite similar foraging behavior in both scout and non-scout bees, significant differences in brain gene activity exist between these two groups. The number of differences observed is more than what the researchers expected. Glutamate and octopamine were experimentally manipulated in bee colonies by the researchers to increase or inhibit their levels in the bees' brains. According to the experiments, two drugs stimulated previously undetected bees to go on detection missions, whereas blocking dopamine signals decreased the bees' detective behavior. The study supports the notion that curious, risk-taking behavior is grounded in biology. Curiosity-driven risk-taking genetics are also relevant to the survival of a species. In unpredictable environments, some individuals evolve genetic variations to explore new habitats and trial-and-error strategies, which increases the population's fitness. The human brain has evolved over time to exhibit greater diversity, complexity, and intensity in types and levels of curiosity than bees, primates, and other animals. In addition to instinctive curiosity based on safety, survival, and reproduction, humans possess greater energy and focus in the pursuit of curiosity about various connections, including recreational, synaptic, and cognitive curiosity, as identified by scientists. Curiosity in humans tends to be more robust in infancy and then declines significantly in many individuals as they transition into adulthood. Educational psychologist Susan Engel suggests that curiosity begins to decline as early as the age of 4. Is curiosity governed by a mechanism similar to some genes? Adult mammals suffering from lactose intolerance lack the lactase gene required to produce appropriate lactase levels for lactose breakdown and absorption. As a result, they develop symptoms of lactose intolerance upon consumption of fresh, unfermented milk, owing to inadequate lactase activity within their bodies. In contrast, certain adult mammals are able to consume lactose without any limitation due to the retention of the lactase allele in their bodies. As a result, they continue to produce lactase as per their requirements throughout adulthood. These adult mammals are not born with a lactase-deficient allele since they can produce lactase as required during infancy. However, upon weaning, with a lack of continuous lactose stimulation, lactase production levels gradually decline until the lactase gene finally ceases its operation. As a result, lactase-deficient mammals develop symptoms of lactose intolerance upon consumption of excessive lactose, as they are no longer capable of producing lactase on demand. Likewise, if some individuals grow up without being exposed to new information, their curiosity gene can shut down, similar to the lactase gene.